Hello guys, welcome to a new video. In this video we're gonna review Nikon 35 to 70 f3.3 to 4.5D lens. So guys, this is a screwdriver driven autofocus lens, and this will only work if your camera body has a autofocus motor built inside it. So I'm using this Nikon D600 full frame camera. This has the autofocus motor inside the body. This will also work fine if you have Nikon D90, D80, D7000 series camera, or D50 or D70 camera as well, because those camera have autofocus motor inside their body. Even some of the older film camera of Nikon, they also have the autofocus motor in them, so this lens would also autofocus with them as well. So guys, if you talk about the build quality of this lens, this is a plastic lens. I can show you. Let me take it off. And from the back it looks like this. It has a metal ring, so that is good. So it gives a extra protection when you are mounting it instead of a plastic mount. And from the front it looks like this. It is very tiny actually. You can see when it is like completely closed, it is just this much. And in terms of weight, it is super light. It must be around 200 grams. Super light and really good zoom range. What the best thing about this lens is that, let me zoom it all the way. So it zooms only like this. So it is a very compact lens, and this is a full frame lens, guys. So if you are having a full frame camera, you can use this lens and get great result. So the best thing about this lens is when it is at 70, the aperture is 4.5, so you get really good light compared to the 1855 kit lens. So the 1855 kit lens has a aperture of 5.6 at 55. This is having 4.5 at 70, so you can get more background blur and more light into the camera. You can get much cleaner images and also slightly more background blur. If you are using this on a full frame camera, you can get even more background blur, because the full frame sensor would be able to utilize the entire area of the sensor, and the aperture would be fully used. If you are using it on a crop sensor or a DX camera, then you would get 1.5 times less background blur, guys. If you talk about the autofocusing on this, if you want to use this just by manual focusing, so this is pretty easy to focus. It has a very smooth ring, and here you can see the screwdriver that is moving. Watch out here. And the autofocus works perfectly fine on this camera. It is pretty quick in autofocusing in good lighting situation. So it is a really good lens if you want to do photography. If you want to do videography, then it is better if you want to use this on manual focus, because when it is focusing, it makes some kind of a noise. Let me show you how the noise looks like, guys. So you can see it makes a lot of noise when it tries to autofocus. So not the best lens for video, but if you can use manual focus, then you can get really good results in the video as well, guys. So right now I'm gonna put onto the screen some of the sample photos that I've taken with this lens, and it is a really nice lens, takes great images. The sharpness is also very good with this lens, guys. This can be a great lens if you want to use it as a travel lens, because it's super light, and 35 to 70 is still quite a good zoom range. And you can also do portrait photography with this one, because at 70 of course you can get a decent background blur. So it's a really nice compact travel lens. Now I'm gonna put onto the screen the video that I've taken with this lens, and you can check for yourself how the video footage looks like. Hello guys, right now I'm using the Nikon 35 to 70 f3.5 to 4.5D lens on Nikon D600 camera. So this is how the image quality looks from the camera, and with this lens I'm using the 70 focal length right now. Let me try to zoom back to 35 so that you can see the field of view you can get with this. And it looks quite nice and sharp. Let me show you what kind of background blur you can get with this lens as well. So right now I am focused on these leaves on this tree, and you can see the background blur is quite decent. It's not that much as you can get with the 50mm f1.8 lens, but still you can do some kind of a portrait photography with this, because it does put some depth of field, not that much but not that less either. So you would have seen how the video footage looks like. Now let's talk about the price for this lens. So you can get this lens used for around 50 US dollar. That is a really good price if you can get this in good condition. The one that I have is in excellent condition and I got it for around 50 US dollar and it works really fine on my D600 camera. This can be a really good cheap alternative for you if you are having a full frame camera, because the full frame lenses are really very expensive. If you want to buy 28 to 70 f2.8 lens, that is much more costly for Nikon. But you can get these D series lenses which still take great images and you can have them really cheaply, guys. So this is an overall great lens. You can definitely go for it. You can find this lenses used on eBay or other second-hand camera selling websites as well. Alright guys, I hope you liked my video. If you liked the video, share it and like it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon.